Caboo DX is as simple with your newborn as it is with your little nipper. Putting your Caboo on and getting your little one in and out is quick and easy to do by yourself. Let us show you how. The first time you use your Caboo, you may need to thread the main rings, put the waist buckle on and pop her up the bottom strap. To thread the main rings, take the hammock and place it over your shoulders, lumbar support to the back. Take the strap over your left shoulder, across your body and thread it through both rings. Make sure you are threading through the main metal rings and not the smaller D rings. Then take the end strap and thread it back through the front top ring. To test whether you have threaded them correctly, simply pull the fabric behind the rings. It should stay firmly in place if you have done it right. Then repeat with the opposite strap. To put the waist buckle on, simply thread one end of the hammock strap through both D rings of the buckle and then bring it back again through the back ring, then repeat with the other strap. Finally attaching the bottom strap to the main pod. The strap is already attached to the base of the pod, so you only need to attach the side popper. There are multiple positions for the strap, dependent on size and carrying position. The 3 vertical poppers are for the facing in position, and there are 2 size settings, 1 and 2, depending on the size of baby. For the forward facing, you should rotate the strap to the 2 angle poppers like so, and again there are 2 size settings according to baby's thigh size. The head pod also has 3 size settings to offer the best fit for baby. 1 is the smallest size, up to 3 the largest. Initially, for the upright newborn position, the head pod is not required. Now you are ready to get the hammock on. First, make sure the side straps are loosened off and nothing is twisted. Then hold the hammock out in front of you like so. The logo should be facing you and the right way up. Next, place the hammock over your head like a t-shirt. Your arms should go out through the sides and head through the middle like so. Once on, you will simply need to pull the lumbar support down or feed backwards from the shoulder. The bottom of the lumbar support should sit comfortably in your mid to low back. When you have the back panel in the right place, you can tighten the hammock by pulling the strap's end at each side down and forward evenly, leaving just enough room to get your baby in. It is important that it is not too loose. Your Caboo needs to be tighter than you would imagine. To check it is tight enough before putting baby in, simply place your hands behind the cross and pull away from you. You should only be able to stretch the fabric approximately 10 to 12 centimeters clear from your chest and no more. Remember, once tightened, the fabric can't come back through the rings, so to loosen off the hammock, you have to lift the visible top ring up and outwards, then simply pull the fabric in front of the ring to lengthen the strap again. Position 0 to 3 months, upright newborn position. Pick baby up and support them with one hand up on your shoulder on the outer strap side. Use your free hand to reach under the top part of the inner strap and guide your baby's leg through. Gently transfer your baby to the opposite shoulder, supporting their head, and bring the other leg through the outer strap. Lower baby's bottom down inside the cross created by the straps, making sure the straps are located behind baby's knees. Spread the straps, inner strap first, making sure the thermo-regulating panels are facing towards baby. The strap should be spread fully and evenly from behind baby's knee, all the way across baby's back and shoulders to the back of the other knee, so they sit in the frog-legged or M position, with their knees higher than the bottom. If you find the top or bottom rail is gaping, simply follow either rail to the end ring and pull through the ring section to tighten. Tilt baby's head back and lay baby's cheek against your chest to ensure they have free-flowing air. The chin should be clear of the chest by a minimum of 1.5 fingers. Then use the wide soft strap to support baby's head by simply spreading the fabric from the shoulder closest to them behind their head. It is good to do this with a baby of any age while they sleep. The straps of the hammock may be further tightened if necessary after baby is in. The pod comes in 2 separate pieces. For this carrying position, we are only going to utilise one part of the pod. Pick up the pod at the bottom and hold it around baby. Push up under baby's bottom so the Velcro dot catches the tricot panel on the hammock. Then, holding the pod in place against baby with one hand, bring the side strap forward and clip to the pod at each side with the other. Once clipped, tighten each side by pulling the side strap forwards, making sure the pod stays central and straight. The top of the pod should be pulled to sit around the nape of baby's neck. Once in place, bring the waist buckles of the hammock through the belt loop at the bottom of the main pod and clip. The buckle will click when properly closed. Then pull outwards on the strap ends to tighten. Depending on how much fabric is left dangling, you can either tie it together or simply tuck around each side so it is out of the way. Please note, the additional head support pod is designed to be used once baby can fully support their own head around 4 to 5 months, so it is not needed in this position. In those formative few months, baby's head should always be supported, cheek to chest, by one of the hammock straps, as this allows better airflow. Handy tip. You may find that by spreading the fabric wider over your shoulders, your carrier feels more comfortable and more supportive. If you've had a C-section, you may find it more comfortable to leave the hammock unclipped, without the waist buckles on, and simply tie the ends of the straps loosely underneath baby. If you do this, you will need to simply fold up the bottom flap of the pod between you and baby to keep it in place, like so. If you are unsure whether the carrier is tight enough, you can use this simple test. Gently press the palm of your hand across baby's back. There should be very little movement if it's correctly tightened. You should also be able to kiss the top of baby's head very easily. Taking your baby out and taking off your Caboo DX. If you are taking baby out briefly to go back in, then simply unclip both the side straps, but don't unclip the waist buckle, instead letting the pod hang down at the front. Support little one with one hand while you pull the fabric back with the other until you can get your hands under each arm and cup behind the head for a newborn. Then simply lift them up and away from you to free the legs. Alternatively, if you are taking the carrier off, you unclip the waist buckle first, then unclip one side, allowing it to hang down by the side. This way, you don't need to put the pod down anywhere. Put baby down safely. Then, the simplest way to take off your carrier is to run your hands down under the lower straps of the hammock and take it off over the top of the head. Breastfeeding support. This isn't a hands-free carry position, but it is incredibly useful for feeding mums on the go, providing support and discretion away from home. You put the carrier on exactly as you would for the upright newborn position, holding the carrier out in front, putting over the head like a t-shirt, and making sure the back panel is in the correct place over your back before tightening. Please bear in mind though, that the straps may need to be a little looser than in the upright position to get baby in. We suggest leaving around 15 cm space between you and the hammock. Leave the inner strap where it is and slide the outer strap down off the shoulder for now. Then create a hammock with the inner strap. Keep the inside edge of fabric next to your neck with one hand. Then, with your free hand, pull the opposite edge down and fold it back up onto the shoulder. Pick baby up and support them with one hand over your free shoulder. Take hold of the outer edge of the hammock with your free hand to make room for baby, and lower baby down into the hammock area, bottom first, making sure their bottom sits in the deepest part. Gently lay baby back across you, using your free hand to check there is ample fabric along both the top and the bottom rails of the hammock, along the length of the baby. If breastfeeding your baby, you can tilt them towards you, improving the approach by simply placing baby's arm closest to you, down a little and resting it around your waist. When you feel comfortable and have baby in the correct position, simply pull the outer strap back up over your shoulder while spreading the lower fabric out to support baby. Make sure baby's feet are away from the rings, then tighten, pulling down and forwards. You need not buckle the carrier. It is important to remember this is a seated position for nursing support only. We do not recommend using this as a hands-free carrying position. If baby's feet are protruding beyond the carrier, extra care must be exercised. Always ensure baby has free flowing air whilst feeding. Taking baby out and your Caboo DX off after feeding. Supporting baby firmly, slide the outer strap off your shoulder. Place one hand between the inner strap and baby's bottom. With the other hand, gently pull the fabric away from baby so you can put your hand behind their head. Then, lift your baby up and out. The simplest way to take off your carrier is to run your hands down under the lower straps of the hammock and take it off over the top of the head. Upright facing in, for babies who can hold their own head around 4+ months. You put the carrier on exactly as you would for the upright newborn position, holding the carrier out in front, putting over the head like a t-shirt, and making sure the back panel is in the correct place over your back before tightening. Pick baby up and support them with one hand high up on your shoulder, on the outer strap side. Use your free hand to reach under the top part of the inner strap and guide your baby's leg through. Gently transfer your baby to the opposite shoulder, supporting their head, and bring the other leg through the outer strap. Lower baby's bottom down inside the cross created by the straps, making sure the straps are located behind baby's knees. Spread the straps, inner strap first, making sure the thermo-regulating panels are facing towards baby. The strap should be spread fully and evenly from behind baby's knee, all the way across baby's back and shoulders, to the back of their knees so that they sit in the frog-legged or M position, with their knees higher than the bottom. If you find the top or bottom rail gaping, simply follow either rail to the end ring and pull through the ring section to tighten. You may find that by spreading the fabric wider over your shoulders, your carrier feels more comfortable and more supportive. The pod comes in 2 separate pieces. Pop the additional head support into the main pod. There are several size settings allowing the carrier to grow with baby. If you're unsure, measure the pods against baby first as a guide. The top of the head should sit at least halfway up the back of baby's head. Pick up the pod at the bottom and hold it around baby. Push up under baby's bottom so the Velcro dot catches the tricot panel on the hammock. Then, holding the pod in place against baby with one hand, bring the side strap forward and clip to the pod at each side with the other. Once clipped, tighten each side by pulling the side strap forwards, making sure the pod stays central and straight. At this age, little ones may want to move around more. The arms do not need to be contained by the straps because they are supported by the additional head pad. Once the pod is in place, bring the waist buckles of the hammock through the belt loop at the bottom of the pod and clip together. Pull on the ends of the hammock straps to tighten. Finally, secure the top of the additional head supports at either side by attaching the shoulder straps located on the hammock. Try tucking one or both arms under the hammock straps while baby sleeps. We recommend you always use the additional head support at this age if baby is sleeping. You can undo the shoulder straps at one side to increase the airflow while baby's head is cheek to chest. Ensure baby's head is tilted back slightly for best airflow. Taking your baby out and taking off your Caboo DX. Simply unclip both the side straps, but don't unclip the waist buckle, instead letting the pod hang down at the front. Support little one with one hand while you pull the fabric back with the other until you can get your hands under each arm, then simply lift them up and away from you to free the legs. Once baby is out, then reattach one of the side clips and let the pod hang by your side. This way you don't have to put your pod down anywhere. The simplest way to take off your carrier is to run your hands down under the lower straps of the hammock and take it off over the top of the head. Assisted back position for babies 6 to 8 months plus. You will need a little help from a friend to get baby safely into and out of the back carry position. Hold the hammock out in front of you with the logo and back panel away from you. Put it on over your head in the same way, your arms out to the sides and head through the middle, but this time the back panel will sit across your chest and the hammock across your back. The top of the back panel should sit at the bottom of your breastbone with the bottom of the back panel just above your navel. To tighten, pull straps down and backwards. You can check if the carrier is tight enough by reaching behind and placing your hands under the straps, or ask your friend to check in the same way. You should leave 10 to 12 centimetres as before to get baby in. The second person should lift baby up high, facing your back, and put their legs down through both straps above the cross until the fabric is behind each knee and the cross below their bottom. Then, supporting baby with one hand, they should spread the inner strap from back of knee to back of knee with their free hand, then repeat with the outer strap. This will be easier if the wearer leans forward slightly. Place the pod around baby and clip the side straps on. Once clipped, you can simply pull the straps backwards to tighten. Attach the shoulder straps to the pod on both sides. And finally, bring the waist straps behind you. Thread the waist buckle through the belt loop, clip together and tighten to keep the pod in place. If your baby is under 12 months old, we highly recommend using a baby carrying mirror or the selfie camera setting on your smartphone when carrying on the back, so you can routinely monitor baby, especially while sleeping. Taking baby out. You will again need help from a friend to get little one out. They need to undo the shoulder straps and unbuckle the pod first. Then, Supporting baby with one hand, pull back the fabric with the other until they can get their hands onto baby's arm and lift baby up and out of the carrier for you. Unclip the waist buckle and remove the pod. The simplest way to take off your carrier is to run your hands down under the lower straps of the hammock and take it off over the top of the head. You are now ready to get out there in Caboo. We hope you enjoy your DX. Although awards are nice, we think happy mums, dads and babies are the best accolade we can receive. Why not join the close community? We would love to hear all about your adventures, whether on our doorstep or the other side of the world. The TICS guidelines for safe baby wearing. Keep your baby close and keep your baby safe. When you are wearing a sling or carrier, don't forget the TICS. Tight. Slings and carriers should be tight enough to hug your baby close to you, as this will be most comfortable for you both. Any slack, loose fabric will allow your baby to slump down in the carrier, which can hinder their breathing and pull on your back. In view at all times. You should always be able to see your baby's face by simply glancing down. The fabric of a sling or carrier should not close around them, so you have to open it to check on them. In a cradle position, your baby should face upwards, not be turned in towards your body. Close enough to kiss. Your baby's head should be as close to your chin as is comfortable. By tipping your head forward, you should be able to kiss your baby on the head or forehead. Keep chin off the chest. A baby should never be curled so their chin is forced onto the chest, as this can restrict their breathing. Ensure there is always a space of at least 1.5 fingers width under your baby's chin. Supported back. In an upright carrier, a baby should be held comfortably close to the wearer, so the back is supported and in its natural position, and their tummy and chest are against you. If a sling is too loose, they can slump, which can partially close their airway. This can be tested by placing a hand on your baby's back and pressing gently. They shouldn't uncurl or move closer to you. For more information on safe carrying, go to www.closeparent.com.